This
From
broadcast
McCormick
is presented
Gymnasium
by
in Fargo, North Dakota, good evening, everyone. I am Autumn Cutterba alongside Jacob Mayo as we get set for North Dakota High School basketball action as the Shanley Deacons prepare to take on the Fargo South Bruins. Basketball on Shanley TV is presented by the Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon athletics to a higher level. We have an exciting game for you tonight, and stay tuned, and we will return shortly, right after this message from our Deacon partners.
This broadcast is presented by American Family Insurance, Ken Craft Agency, Bell Bank, Beyond Boundaries Therapy Services, Busick, Olson and Associates, the Fargo Jet Center, First International Bank and Trust, Forum Communications, Fusion Electric, Luther Family Buick GMC, Moore Engineering, Network Center, Off the Wall Advertising, OnSharp, Sanding Law, Sanford Health, and Shields.
Good evening, everyone. We are ready for a very exciting matchup today between the Fargo South Bruins and the Shanley Deacons. Jacob, what do you think is going to happen during this game?
Well, a lot of different deciding factors are going to bring us this first home game for the Shanley Deacons girl team. Is going to be the aspect of senior play. The Bruins have quite a few returning seniors, as they have 4. But with Shanley, we only have 2 seniors returning from last year. There's a debate on whether or not that talent's going to stick here tonight.
Yes, and with the Deacons being 0-2, they really just want to take home their first win of the season against the 2-0 Bruins. It really will just come down to teamwork, I believe, tonight, and coordination throughout the entire game.
I would absolutely agree with that. The problem is, there is a serious amount of Deacon fans here tonight, and we're wondering whether or not they're going to show up for a very anticipating crowd.
Yes, with the crowd here and the students, I really think that the players could really feed off of that energy, and it will give them the energy and confidence they need to continue and ultimately end up winning the game. It will just be really everything play-by-play, take it play-by-play, and basically just keep the confidence running throughout the game, and that will pull everyone ahead.
Deacons are coached by Steve Jacobson.
We are getting ready for tip-off of the game right now. For South, the starters seem to be Addie Wagner, Tegan Malo, Grace Hosselton, Bryn Nelson,
We ask for your continued support by assisting our game officials and administering the rules of the game in a respected manner. Shanley High School would like to thank Becca Erickson, our athletic trainer, and Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine for providing tonight's
and Hannah Carview. Really, it seems that the Bruins are ready. They're ready to take on the Deacons, and it'll end up being a really good match tonight, I believe.
Deacons do have a serious height advantage, as you can see at the center.
And we are getting ready for tip-off. Hodel gets the ball right away. The Deacons take it down court. Hodel dribbles it, passes it to Shrema.
Good cut.
Goes back to Hodel and gets the layup, giving the Deacons the first point of the game.
Excellent play by Hannah Hodel, reading the defense and just making that straight cut to the hoop, just as planned.
Definitely. Number 31, Hannah Carview, passes it to Bryn Nelson. Is back to Carview. Nelson to Wagner, who passes it to Nelson. Wagner shoots for 3, and it does not go in. Shrema gets the rebound, passes it to Hodel, who brings it up the court.
You might have to add a little bit more arch to those kind of three-point shots if you want a bigger trajectory to fit it into that basketball rim.
And to also get it over the extreme height that the Deacons have over the Bruins. Hodo drives to the basket, passes it to Shrema.
Gotta be careful.
Pick it up. Wagner brings it down court. Nelson gets the ball, passes it to Wagner. Wagner shoots for three. It does not go in. And Hasselton gets it. Shrema has the ball now. Passes it to Hodo, who brings it up court.
Wide open.
Yes. Number 14, Jetta Mevold gets the point for the Deacons. Number 3, Addie Wagner bringing it up the court now for the Bruins.
Great awareness by Shanley on that last possession.
Yes, they're always able to find the spots that they need on offense just to get the points and ultimately pull ahead in this game. Mevold gets the ball, passes it to Shorma, who gives it to Hodel. Hodel is looking for an option right now. Passes it back to Shorma.
She almost seemed to have lost the ball when she passed it, almost had a flick curve back.
Wagner with the ball now. Passes it to Nelson. Nelson gives it to Hasselton. It seems that the Bruins are looking for a play right now, and Hasselton gets it to Carview. Nelson gives it to Malo.
What a move by a great Euro step in traffic.
Yes, they really took advantage of that offense, found the hole, and were able to get their first points on the board.
It's really what you like to see at this level of varsity play.
Mevold passes it to Shorma. Passes it to Hodel. Looking for the option, drives inside, and it gets stopped by Malo. Hasselton brings it up court for the Bruins, gives it to Wagner, who shoots for a deep three. It does not go in.
You got to understand the situation where you have all 4 of your teammates down on the court. Maybe it's not a good idea to pull up from about 10 feet behind the three-point line.
Yeah.
Would have been impressive if she made it, though.
It would have been, but sometimes you need to know your limits, and if you don't think you're going to get that ball, sometimes you have to take the shot if you don't want the defense to get it, but sometimes you just got to keep looking for your open option.
Well, another air ball from a three-point attempt answered by both teams. This time it comes from Jenna Mevold.
Hasselton bringing it up court now. Passes it to Malo. Gives it to Carview. A push called on Emily Shrema. That was the first foul of the game. Really, the Deacons have been known for being aggressive on the court, and really sometimes you have to watch that, but they can really work it to their advantage. Hasselton passes it in. Carview gets called for, I think it was a travel right there, and Shorma will be throwing it in for the Deacons. And Hodel brings it up court. The Deacons have been going really strong this game, and if they keep it up, they could definitely come home with a win. Hodel passes it to Shrema, to Mevold. Gives it back to Shrema down low, and she goes for the shot. It goes in, and she also will get a free throw shot to go with that.
That is the true definition of Shanley height displayed right there. You got a big body like Shrema inside that can just bully any smaller defender.
Yes, and using that to your advantage will definitely bring you up higher in the game and really give you an advantage over the smaller team. Mevold tries to block the shot there by Addie Wagner.
We're going to see exactly what they call that on. One ref ruled it kickball violation, other one ruled it a shooting foul. They're going to go with the kickball violation.
Sealy Stockmo and Bryn McNeely now in for the Deacons.
Good role players and good cut on that edge.
It was. Number 22, Britton Nelson went in for the shot. Bryn McNeely leading it up for Deacons. Mevold gives it to Shorma. She gets to the outside, goes for the shot. It is rebounded by the Bruins.
Shorma's really good at that elbow jump shot, but I think it's the high pass that was given to her that might have set her on a wrong path of motion to get into that form.
Yes. 22, Nelson goes for the three-pointer. It does not go in. McNeely bringing it up for the Deacons now. Passes it to Mevold, who cuts to the basket for a layup. It does not go in. Recovered by the Bruins. Nelson brings it down court. Wagner goes for three. Does not go in. Recovered by the Bruins. Wagner passes it to Nelson.
What a
who
pass.
Shoots. It's not going. Rebounded by Sealy Stockmo. McNeely bringing it up again for the Deacons. Really, the Deacons are running off this momentum that they have, and it will set them ahead in the game. Schramer with the ball. She goes for the shot. It goes out of bounds, called out on the Bruins. It'll be Deacons ball on the baseline.
Nelson showing her grit to go for that ball, even though she would have gone straight into that padded wall there. Excellent effort, but a little bit short on the jump.
Yes. There's a timeout called for the Deacons. The Deacons and the Bruins are coming back from their timeout right now. Aubrey Dew and Shayna Roach are now in for the Deacons. Dew will be passing it in for Shanley.
Excellent defense by both teams. Only 8 points allowed in total through 5 minutes, 21 seconds of game. If this keeps continuing, we could be in for a very low-scoring, very tough and gritty game following this already very long 5 minutes of play.
Yes, and with it being a very tough game, will also be a very interesting game for the crowd and will bring a lot of excitement to the winning team. And it'll just bring a lot more excitement for the season if the Deacons do win. There's a technical foul called on the Deacons for missing a number in the book. Number 3, Wagner, will be shooting for the Bruins. The shot does go in. She shoots for a second time.
Very interesting and rare reason for a technical foul.
Yes, it's not like most teams to forget to put a number in the book. And the Deacons will be throwing it in on the sideline. The Bruins, excuse me. Number 23, Hosselton, throwing it in to Wagner, who gives it back to Hosselton. She gives it to Nelson, to Wagner. Wagner drives and shoots. It goes in, bringing the score to 5-6. McNeely bringing it up for the Deacons again.
That pump fake created a wide open cut, and that is a contested shot that not many make. Excellent concentration.
Stockmo passes it to Dew. He's looking for an option, gives it to Shrema. Shrema gets the ball and passes it to Stockmo down low. Nelson recovers it. Gives it to Wagner, who gives it back to Nelson, who gives it to Hosselton, to Nelson, to Wagner. Wagner looking for an option on the court. Gives it to Hosselton. Back to Wagner. to Nelson, who shoots, and it goes in, giving the Bruins their first lead of the game.
Back-to-back buckets for Nelson, doing it at both ends of the court.
Yes, she is just using this momentum that she has to her advantage. Sealy Stockmo with her first points of the game. Wagner passing it in to Nelson for the Bruins. Now Wagner bringing it back up court to Nelson, who shoots from the free throw line. It does not go in.
Careful, she might be getting a little bit too confident in her own shooting abilities. That shot may have been rushed, but it's a good shot regardless because it was uncontested.
Aubrey Dew bringing it up for the Deacons. Goes to pass it to Bryn McNeely, does not get caught. And the Bruins will be passing it in on the sideline. It's stuff like that that each team has to watch out for. They have to pay attention to the fundamentals even when there's fast breaks and going back and forth all the time. Really, they just have to use it to their advantage to wear out the other team.
Another turnover, as we just see there. There is a lot of suggested passing where they're obviously trying to set up something for their teammates, but overthrowing is extra common in this game.
McNeely bringing it up for the Deacons. Looking for an option, gives it to Dew. Gives it to Roach at the top of the key.
Excellent
cut.
cut.
To McNeely, who gives it to Dew. That was an excellent cut by Dew.
That's how you draw it up in the playbook, and it was executed perfectly on both. Travel call, that time on Grace Hosselton
for the Bruins. It'll be passed in from the sideline by Shayna Roach. The ball is thrown to Bryn McNeely, given to Hakim. Given back to Roach, who gives it to Stockmo down low, and she gets in. The ball does not go in the basket.
She definitely wrestled off those three with excellent stamina, making that shot makeable.
She did. Sealy has been known for being able to do stuff like that, and it really just plays to her advantage in the end. Hosselton will be throwing it in for the Bruins. She gives it to Nelson at the top key. Passes it to Carview, to Wagner.
3-second violation in the paint.
That one you don't see very often, but it is still called quite a bit. And really, the players just have to watch out. Like I said, keep in mind the fundamentals. And this game will be a very interesting one for sure. Roach with the ball on the Deacon side. Gives it to McNeely. Passes it back to Roach, and Roach goes for the three. Does not go in. Hakim goes for two. And Stockmo gets the ball.
That is just such a hard entity to stop inside. Rebound after rebound after rebound after rebound.
It is, and when you're stuck under the basket, it is hard to find the backboard to bounce it off of. Stockmo up at the line now to shoot for two. It does not go in. This is really one of the things that players have to be careful about. They have to make their free throws, because at some points it will just be a free throw game, especially in close ones. The second shot does go in. Wagner will be throwing it in for the Bruins. Emily Schrema is back in for the Deacons.
Good swinging of the ball and good overall chemistry by both teams, getting it to wide open players.
That was good teamwork right there by the Bruins. Schrema gives it to Dew, who brings it up court for the Deacons. She gives it to Hodel, who passes it to Roach. Roach looking for an option on the court. It gets pushed away by Wagner and goes out of bounds.
Again, another great hand on the ball play, interrupting a perfectly good try at a reasonable play. Another great play by Wagner.
Mevold with the ball, passes it to Schrema, who gives it to Shorma. And a push is called. And the Deacons will be throwing it in from the baseline. Shorma.
Foul is on Caribou, as you heard. She has to be careful because foul trouble is very real, especially for someone like her who's a starter. And in a game like this where defense is ever so common.
Defense is key during this game. As it's shown so far, it'll be a very close game right now. And it will really just come down to strength on defense and skill on offense.
Nice jump shot.
Emily Schrema gets her first points of the game, 2 points, just inside the 3-point.
And that's another scary thing about Schrema. Inside, it is hard to rebound over someone who's 6'4", but on the outside, she also can pop it from long.
Yes, it is just as hard to guard someone with her height on the outside who can also shoot as it is to rebound over them on the inside. Mevold called for a foul. Wagner with the ball shoots a 3 right away. It does not go in. It's called out as it hits the wires above the basket.
Good overall possession there. You have to make sure that the 3-point game is working. So far, neither team has been able to get it going from deep.
Hodel with the ball right now for the Deacons, looking for an option, gives it to Schrema, who shoots from the outside.
Oh my goodness.
And the 3-pointer goes in. If they can get the 3-point game going, it will really set the Deacons ahead in this game. Right now, they are 9 points ahead, which is a good amount right now. A 3-point shot taken by Caribou. Shorma now with the ball. Gives it to Hodel, who brings it up court. She looks for an option with her teammates, tries to drive. Gives it to Shorma, who takes a shot at the free throw, and it goes in. The Deacons are on a roll right now, and we can tell they're going to use it to their advantage, and they will probably be just riding off this in the coming minutes throughout this half.
A 12-0 run for the Deacons in the past 5 minutes of play, and good coordination by the coaching staff to make sure that every single one of these plays is going through the way that it is intended.
Yes, and the Deacons are using every single opportunity that they get on either side of the court to bring the game in their favor and to get the points on the board that they want. They've been able to find the holes in the defense and drive to the basket. They've been able to get the rebounds when they need to, and it's really just setting them ahead of the Bruins in this game. As the Deacons are coming out of this huddle, I assume they were just going over the plays that they're going to do, not so much running through them, but reminding themselves that they can't get ahead of themselves in this game and that they have to keep their heads in it and take it play by play.
Well, no lead is safe, especially when you're going against a team that's 2-0 against yourself, which is 0-2.
And the Deacons, they can really just use this, get some momentum for the season, and it will just propel them forward.
Look at Schrema running up the court.
Going for a drive. And a block is called on Wagner on the South team.
Doing it all for the Deeks inside, outside, dribbling up the court. Doesn't really matter. Schrema's got it.
Yes, she is an all-around player and really an asset to this team. Schrema gives it to Mevold, who passes it to Hodel, who gets it inside to Hakim, who gives it to Schrema, who shoots and gets it in. She is on fire right now.
Patient play every single drive and every single possession for Shanley going down the court.
Wagner with the shot, and it goes in, giving them some points after a little bit. Hodel bringing it up court now for the Deacons.
That ends a 14-0 run by Shanley.
Hodel passes it to Schrema, who gives it to Mevold. Passes it to Hodel, looking for an option on the court. She gives it to Hakim down low, and she shoots, but it does not go in.
Pretty arc on that pass, led it right into Hakim, but
Nelson looking for an option, gives it to Wagner, who goes for a shot again. It does go in, giving them another point. Both teams are going off a lot of momentum now, and really it's just going to come down to who can outlast the other one if it keeps going like this. Hodel gives it to Mevold. Gives it to Shorma. Gives it to Shrema. Gives it to Hakim, who gives it to Hodel. That shoots. And that is a field goal right there. 3 points for the Deacons.
You got to take those when you got them, and Hodel doesn't miss those very often.
She doesn't. When she's open, she makes the shot. Wagner, pass was intended for Wagner, and she gets called for an over and back.
Unfortunate that you have to run after another ball that was just mishandled by one of your teammates. But if you don't get your hand on that ball, it could be in a Shanley Deacon player's hands and turn into an immediate fast break.
Yes. The Deacons called a half timeout right now, 30 seconds. I believe they're just going over stuff and just trying to come up with things, how to keep their momentum going, how to keep them ahead in this game. It will really, this timeout could determine how the rest of this half goes and how the Deacons will use this momentum to their advantage. It could really go either way at this point, and it's bound to be an interesting second half for sure. And they're coming out of the huddle right now after the timeout. We have Celie Stockmo and Bryn McNeely in the game again.
We're going to see whether or not Shanley's going to slow down the clock at all, trying to secure a good lead at halftime. 5 minutes 43 left in the first half. Great feed.
Sharma gives it to Stockmo, who gets the ball down low and gets the shot. It's just a game right now where you have to find those openings and stuff, and the Deacons are using it to their advantage.
Double dribble. Sorry, traveling, they're going to rule it.
A travel called on Nelson for the Bruins. Maggie Sharma throwing it in for the Deacons. She gives it to Bryn McNeely, brings it up court. Passes it to Shrema. Gives it to Mevold, who drives in and gets the layup. The Deacons, they're using these drives to their advantage, taking advantage of the holes in the defense and taking that option to get ahead in this game.
They're going to get Shrema for that foul. That was excellent concentration to get her hand on that ball. That's not an easy one, especially for Wagner, who's especially good at to get short little buckets inside the paint.
Wagner's first shot goes in. She has one shot left. Concentration is key.
Bruins not having anyone contesting the rebound. I think they've accepted that the height concern might be getting to them inside.
Yes, they may have chosen to conserve their energy, or they may have just chosen to draw back for their own advantage and not waste their time against in a fruitless defense.
It's funny, as soon as I mention that the three-point game hasn't been working, Shanley has been hitting bucket after bucket from downtown. Mevold on that last shot. Again, if you don't contest, they're going to make you pay.
Nelson with the ball right now.
Excellent.
And Mevold gets the ball and drives down the court and is knocked out of her hands. A foul called on Wagner as they get down to the edge of the court.
That's a hard foul. But
it is, yes.
But it's what you have to do. No harm meant by it, but.
And Mevold, she just went for that drive, and it's something you have to do no matter what in this game, and sometimes you have to take the hit for it. Her first shot goes in. Number 2, Shayna Roach now in for the Deacons again. Mevold's second shot does not go in the basket. And Aubrey Dew is now in for the Deacons, number 5. And Wagner will be throwing it in for the Bruins. She gives it to Caribou. And McNeely automatically gets the ball, gives it to Dew.
That's unbelievable awareness by McNeely to get her hand, get her body into that position that she really wasn't expected to be in.
Travel called on the Bruins on number 32, Tegan Malo. McNeely bringing it up the court now for the Deacons.
It's a question of if it's South's unawareness or Shanley's awareness at this point, because you're seeing it on both ends.
You definitely are. McNeely gets it to Shrema, and the Bruins get the ball.
That's another excellent play
Caribou
by
bringing it up the
Hasselton.
court. Wagner goes for the three, and it goes in. She really has stepped up her three-point game, especially since the beginning, not making those few at the beginning, and now just hitting them one after another. She is on fire right now. Roach with the ball, gives it to Aubrey Dew, who gives it to McNeely, who gives it to Sealy Stockmo, just outside the three-point range, to Shrema, who gives it to Dew, looking for options down court. Shrema looking, gives it to Dew, who drives and goes for the shot. It goes in just as the 30-second buzzer goes off.
She heard the chanting from the crowd, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Got it up just in time. And another excellent play by McNeely getting a hand on that ball.
Gets it to Dew, who gets it back to McNeely. And the ball goes to the Bruins.
Excellent hustle. I mean, unexpected, not hidden in plain sight, in other words. Cutting the ball perfectly when it's anticipated.
Yes, and being able to make plays like that is what will set a player apart and will ultimately get them onto the varsity team. Malo with the ball. It's tipped and goes out of bounds. The Deacons will get the ball.
McNeely, again, I tell you what, got her hand on that ball too and was also able to knock it off of an opponent to get it back into Shanley hands. Just unbelievable game she's having right now on defense.
Hakeem back in for the Deacons. Shrema with the ball right now, gives it to Hakeem, who gives it to Roach, looking for options, gives it to Hodel down court, and Shrema takes the shot outside three-point.
They got lucky
Hakeem
on that.
gets it inside.
They got lucky on that shot, but Hakeem made sure that they eventually paid their debt of letting Shrema open.
And sometimes it doesn't matter on luck, it's just skill, and if they can get the ball, they can get it in, and that is truly the sign of a good player. And there's a push call. The Bruins will be throwing it in from the sidelines. Number 23, Hasselton, throwing it in to Caribou. Back to Hasselton. Gives it to Wagner, who shoots outside the three-point range. Goes off the backboard.
Careful now. Just careful now.
Hodel with the ball, gives it to Shrema down low, and it is blocked.
That is unbelievable play by Nelson. Going up on a 6'4" center like Shrema is and knocking that ball squarely out of her hands. Excellent play.
Shrema with the ball again down low. Does not go in. The Bruins get the ball. Wagner bringing it up court for South. Looking for options, gives it to Caribou, back to Wagner, to Malo, to Wagner again, back to Hasselton, back to Wagner, and she shoots. It goes in, giving the Bruins another point.
You just don't want to give those open floaters to Wagner. She's made 4 of them tonight.
She's able to make plays out of them, which is the sign of a great player. Shrema with the ball, gets it down low to Hakeem, who goes for the shot and gets 2 more points for the Deacons. Really, they're just making plays left and right now and really just pulling far ahead in this game. Nelson with the ball, passes it down low.
They're going to get Hakeem on that foul on a reach-in.
Hakeem and Shrema, they have been powerhouses down low. They have been able to get the ball, they've been able to get the rebounds and block other players from getting their shots, and it really is like and they really are assets to the Deacon team. And there's really nothing South can do about it, and just they have to work around it. Emily Jordahl in now for the Bruins, number 15. Tegan Mello shoots for the Bruins and gets a few points. Hodo bringing it up for the Deacons now. Looking for options down the court, gives it to Roach. Gives it to Akeem down low and gets it in the basket. Plays like that are what the Deacons need just to keep pulling ahead and to keep their nearly 20-point lead in this game.
And that was an excellent slight arc of a pass that barely got over the defender's hands, right into Hakim's lap practically. And just an excellent play by Shayna Roach.
Nelson shoots just as the buzzer goes off and it does not go in. This half has been something, folks. Really, with the 2-0 Bruins and the 0-2 Deacons, some thought this game was going to be settled before it even started, but it really does look like the Deacons are pulling ahead and that they have a big chance in winning this game. It'll come down to the second half, and it's bound to be exciting, no doubt.
They've certainly caught fire ever since that 13-minute mark hit this half, and they have not let their foot off the gas pedal.
They definitely have not. Looking at some stats now, Emily Shrema is ahead with the most points for the Deacons right now, 9 points. And Addie Wagner, number 3, with 12 already. Really, that is astonishing, especially with looking at what the points are right now. 39 for the Deacons and 20 for the Bruins. It's really something, folks. And it's really just going to be an interesting game.
And when you look at that amount of points by Wagner, especially, a lot of them are coming inside the paint, driving, bringing a couple of Deacon defenders with her to contest. And she's now slowly going to be able to open up lanes for passing, kicking out for 3 balls in the corner, or jump shots on the wings. It's very possible that the Bruins can come right back in the second half.
Oh, it definitely is. And with how much the Deacons have pulled ahead, really, it could happen for the Bruins too. Basically, anything is possible at this point, and we'll just have to wait to see what happens in the second half. And we are back now from the halftime of the varsity girls game. The Shanley Deacons against the South Bruins. The Deacons are ahead right now, 39-20. And we are definitely heading into a powerful second half with Shanley and South. It's really just going to be intense, and I'm ready for it. How about you, Jacob?
Absolutely. We have a very stark contrast. 12 of those 20 points have been attributed to Addie Wagner of the Bruins for their points. Shanley has had a very balanced set of attack with their leading scorer, Shrema, only with 9 of the Deacons' 39 points.
Shrema down below right now. She was trying to get the ball up into the basket. It did not happen. Wagner gets the ball, gives it to Nelson. Nelson now has the ball again. And Malo goes up for the shot. It does not happen. Mevold with the ball now, passes it to Hodel, gives it to Shorma. And down below we have Shrema and Malo, Shrema and Nelson. A jump ball was called, given to the Bruins. Wagner passes it in and is bringing it up court now. Gives it to Hosselton, gives it to Caribou, back to Hosselton, to Wagner. Looking for options on the court, gives it to Nelson. She shoots from the free throw line.
They're going to get him for another 3-second violation here.
Stuff like that you just have to watch. Easy things can also be the hardest things to look out for in a game of basketball, and really you can just slip under your nose and you won't even notice it.
And also, there's a lot of unnecessary turnovers that just don't need to happen so far for the Bruins.
That all just comes down to awareness and readiness to do what is needed on the court.
Wide open.
Sharma shooting a wide open three-pointer and gets the points for the Deacons. Wagner brought it up, gives it to Hosselton, gives it back to Wagner, back to Hosselton, to Caribou, to Hosselton. Wagner, who tries to drive and shoots, does not go in. Maggie Shorma gets the ball, passes it to Hodel. Hodel bringing it up for the Deacons.
Another wide open. Oh, good cover in by Caribou there.
Hodel at the top of the key, tries to drive, gets it down low to Hakim, and Wagner gets the ball, bringing it up for the Bruins. Hosselton now with the ball, gives it back to Wagner. Passes it over to Nelson, who tries to drive, shoots, does not go in. Shrema gets the rebound and gives it to Shorma, who brings it up the court. The Deacons are really taking advantage of the defense that they can play and really using it to their advantage to pull ahead in this game.
Good cut inside by Hosselton.
And the ball goes out of bounds on the Bruins and giving it back to the Deacons. Things like that, taking advantage of drives you can get, will set you ahead because the other team won't have a chance to defend you, and it will really just get you further ahead in the game, and it'll make it easier. Sharma passes it to Mevold, who gives it to Shrema. Back to Sharma down low. There's a foul called.
On that play, Sharma just hit the deck after getting, not decked, I should say, but
getting pushed down to the ground by the Bruins. Sharma will be throwing it in, gives it to Hakim, who gives it to Mevold. Back to Sharma, who shoots from the side. Does not go in. Hodel with the ball now. Tries to drive.
And another lane violation. Another preventable turnover that just does not need to happen.
And the players will soon learn that the lane violations are something they'll have to watch out for, especially with these refs, and they will just move to meet the expectation, and it'll ultimately help them in their game.
That was a smooth shot by Caribou, running to her left-handed shot. Didn't even stop to pause as Sherma gets another bucket. She's up to 11 points.
She's on fire this game, that's for sure. Nelson with the ball now. Gives it to Wagner on the outside, who tries to drive and ends up throwing it into the air. The shot does not go in.
I mean, what else can you do? She was caught in a 3-step travel, or try to chuck it up into the basket, and she chose option B.
And Mevold was just right now caught in a travel. Wagner passes it in to Hasselton, and she'll bring it up the court. Gives it to Caribou. Gives it back to Hasselton, to Wagner. Gives it to Nelson down low. Looks to get it up to the basket, does not go in. Hakim gets the rebound, gives it to Hodel, who passes it to Shrema down low. The ball goes out of bounds, and it is a turnover to the Bruins.
And that ball, just a tad overthrown, even out of the wingspan of Shrema. So you have to accommodate for that.
Wagner shoots from the outside. The ball does not go in. She also gets the rebound for her own shot. Tries to drive. It does not go in, but Shrema gets the rebound this time. Passes it to Mevold down low. She looks for the shot. It is blocked by Nelson, and Nelson bringing it up now for the Bruins. Shrema goes to block, and a travel is called on Nelson. Things like that, when you get stopped immediately and very suddenly, you have to watch out for those travels because the refs will catch them.
A split-second decision, you either have to make an option A or option B scenario, and sometimes there's no B. So
sometimes there isn't. You really just have to watch out, keep those fundamentals in mind, and that will really just help you in this game.
Shanley up double the points of the Bruins, 44-22.
Bryn McNeely now in the game. She gives it to Sharma, who passes it to Roach, gives it to Sharma, who shoots, and it goes in, a deep three. That was beautiful arc, and that got over everyone.
Did not even touch the rim on its descent down to earth. That thing went up into the stratosphere.
Nelson with the ball on the Bruins end of the court. Nelson with the ball again, gives it to Hasselton. And Malo goes for the shot, and a foul is called. She will go to the line for 2 points, for 2 shots.
They're definitely trying to get Shrema into foul trouble. That's her 4th one already. Still a lot of game left.
Not even halfway through the second half.
And they've been doing it on the last 4 possessions, trying to get a shot off that they can get contested.
Definitely, if they can use that to their advantage, they definitely will. And Hakim now back in for the Deacons. Emily Shrema going out. Nelson will shoot one more time for the Bruins. And the shot does not go in. Shayna Roach gets the rebound. Bryn McNeely bringing it up for the Deacons. She's really putting that defensive player playing her to her max. And the ball goes in down at the Deacon side of the court. Celie Stockmo with the points.
This forward and center play by Shanley is just unmatched by the Bruins currently. They need to bring out almost a secret weapon to stop the towers that are this Shanley front court, I'm sorry.
McNeely bringing it up again for the Deacons, gives it to Sharma, who shoots just outside the lane. Stockmo gets the ball down low, does not go in. And there's a push called.
How do you stop that? How do you stop? It's just too easy almost when you can just reach for the ball without an over-the-back foul, without even getting nudged out of the way.
Definitely, it is hard to do. Aubrey Dew in for the Deacons now. She will be passing it in. She passes it to Stockmo, who gets the shot down low. It does not go in. Shoots again, and a foul is called. She will go to the line for 2 shots. Celie, she has been a very prominent player down low in the past few minutes, and she will definitely be a big player in the rest of this game with Shrema having 4 fouls already. They can't risk having her in for long periods of time anymore.
Hakim and, as you said, Stockmo has done excellent in the past 2 minutes. They've gotten 6 rebounds as combined front court, which is just unthinkable when you consider the fact that there's only been 120 seconds between that and those 6 rebounds.
Number 23, Grace Hasselton with a shot for the Bruins. They get some points back on the board. Aubrey Dew with the ball, looking for option, gives it to Roach. Gives it to McNeely, passes it to Hakim down below. Passes it back to McNeely, tries to drive, passes it over the top to Stockmo, who shoots. It does not go in. Shoots for a second time, and it goes in. She is on fire right now. She knows what to do, when to do it, and the Bruins cannot keep up with her at all. Wagner shoots a 3. It does not go in. And Aubrey Dew recovers it, passes it to Roach, who brings it up the court.
Wide
Passes
open.
it to McNeely, who shoots wide open on the side. Ball does go in. That'll be 2 points just inside the 3-point. Castleton bringing it up for the Bruins. And South will call a full timeout right now. If you've enjoyed watching our ShanleyTV.com broadcast, please consider making a donation to help us to continue to bring you quality programming. We rely on donations to bring you every broadcast, and we need your help to continue to improve the quality of our productions and to add new features for you, the viewer, to enjoy. If you are interested in donating, please contact Joelle Shuey at 701-893-3225. Again, that is Joelle Shuey at 701-893-3225. Thank you for watching, and thanks for your support of Shanley TV. And the teams are coming out from the huddle from the timeout right now. Looks like the Bruins will pass it in from the sidelines on the Deacons side of the court. Hostleton bringing it up for the Bruins. McNeely guarding her. Passes it to Nelson, who gives it back to Hostleton to Wagner. Passes across court to Nelson. The shot does not go in. Wagner passes it to Hostleton, who takes a shot. Doesn't go in again. Hakim with the rebound, gives it to Dew.
The Bruins are getting great looks, finally starting to move this ball around
They
quite
have
well.
the right idea, they just can't execute the plan right now. The Deacons will get the ball on the baseline. Aubrey Dew passing it in for Shanley.
Keep your eye on this cut here by McNeely.
She gives it to Stockmo. And Hostleton will bring it down court for the Bruins. And she looks to pass it down below to Wagner, but does not get it. Wagner shoots a deep 3, and it goes in. That was a shot. That was amazing right there.
You know, maybe she knows what her strengths are from downtown, because that was far beyond the arc. She's been trying those all game, but that's the first one that falls.
The last few times she has hit them. And it's just getting better and better every single time, a force the Deacons may not be able to stop later. Number 15 Emily Jordahl went for a shot. It did not go in. Shrema and Mevold are now back in for the Deacons. Definitely a powerful group in for both sides right now. Wagner with the shot. It does not go in. Roach passes it to McNeely, who brings it up court for the Deacons. Passes it to Shrema. Passes it to Stockmo down below with a cut, and she gets the points. That is teamwork at its finest right there.
Excellent ball movement by Shanley. Another almost unspoken, I would say, side of the ball that we're not seeing a lot of as another 3 falls for Wagner.
She is on fire.
We're seeing a lot of excellent guard defense other than Wagner, especially the fact that, again, Wagner throws the ball like a football player on the run up ahead.
Oh, definitely, and the Bruins just got another point. The team is on fire. They cannot be stopped right now. Mevold with the ball. She's looking for options. Stuck McNeely with the ball now. Tries to cut, gives it back to Mevold, who tries to drive. Gives it to Roach, who shoots a 3. It does not go in. Stockmo with the rebound, goes for a shot, gets fouled. She will go to the line for 2 shots.
So as I was trying to say, number 23, Grace Hosselton, has been relatively quiet on the offensive side of the ball. Has not seen a lot of scoring, but she's been held in contention by McNeely, who's been on the ball as she gets subbed out.
Yes, and Hosselton, she is sort of like the playmaker in that she brings up the ball, she starts the plays, and really is just getting the Bruins on the path that they need to be on. Stockmo gives the Deacons another point, and Hosselton will be bringing it up for the Bruins. Passes it to Nelson, gives it to Jordahl, gives it to Hosselton, and she shoots. It does not go in. Shorma passes it to Hodel, passes it down court to Stockmo, and she gets fouled again. She will go to the line for another 2 points. Seeley, she has just been on fire, especially with these free throw points, getting a ton of them just right in a row, setting the Deacons apart.
It's a tough pill to swallow. She misses the first free throw. It's very hard to let someone like her to just bully you inside the paint. So every single time you contest the shot, though, you find yourself drawing fouls, which is exactly what she's in there for.
Stockmo's second shot went in. Hosselton brought it up, passed it to Malo, and Malo's shot goes in. Hodel bringing it up court for the Deacons. Hosselton showing some quick defense. Shorma passes it to Mevold, back to Shorma, to Shrema. And she tries to drive, shoots, it does not go in. Jordahl recovering the ball. Wagner bringing it down court, passes it to Nelson, gives it to Malo, who shoots, and it goes in. She has been on fire the past few possessions and doesn't seem to be able to be stopped. Those drives that she's been getting, just super powerful.
She put Shrema into a spin cycle on that last possession. Stockmo, on the other hand, has been back every single possession in the paint ahead of the pack in its full every single time the Deacons have the ball as she gets stripped going the other way by Wagner.
Mevold blocking the ball, and the Bruins will throw it in from the baseline. Hakim now in for the Deacons. And Hosselton will be throwing it in for the Bruins from the baseline.
This 23-point lead may seem safe, but
you never know.
As of now, the Bruins are on a 12-5 run.
And a foul is called. Number 32, Tegan Malo, will go to the free throw line for one shot. Her shot did go in when she got fouled, so that already gave them 2 points. The Bruins seem to not be leaving any defendants on that side of the court, and they didn't need to. Malo's shot went in. Hodel bringing it down the court for the Deacons. Gives it to Shorma. Looks for option, gives it to Mevold. Back to Shorma, who shoots out wide outside. It does not go in. Hakim with the rebound, gives it to Hodel, looking to drive.
You cannot afford to give Shorma that open of a look if you're the Bruins.
Just
Excellent.
Gets it over to Stockwell. The shot does not go in. Wagner driving with the ball, gives it to Mevold. She is driving with it. Looks to Stockmo, it does not happen. Nelson with the ball. Passes it to Hosselton. We'll bring it over center court. Wagner shoots wide outside. It goes in. She has been on fire with these deep threes. You cannot stop her, not one bit.
She's turning turnover town into three-point downtown. And here's another three.
Mevold shooting. It does not go in. Jordahl with the ball. And it'll be the Bruins' ball. In for the Deacons now is Bryn McNeely and Emily Shrema.
An 18-5 run by the Bruins. If there's a stat that compiles the last, I think it would be the last 5 minutes, that's the stat to do it.
Nelson passes it to Wagner, who shoots the three. It does not go in. McNeely with the rebound. She brings it up court for the Deacons. Passes it to Shorma. Back to McNeely. Looking for options on the court. Gives it to Shorma. And she shoots a three. And it goes in. That was 2 points, not a three-pointer.
Put on the line.
Just inside the three-point.
Shorma, though,
Wagner
spotting up.
passes it to Nelson, to Hasselton. Looking for options on the court. Passes it to Wagner, back to Hasselton.
Excellent play on the ball, but even better awareness by Nelson to get back on that ball. Oh my goodness, look at that play.
And a foul is called on Hakim, and number 32, Tegan Malo, will once again go to the line for 4 points.
Wagner's awareness, getting that ball from underneath Shanley's basket, just disregarding the consequences of leaping after it, throwing it behind her back into traffic, and by good fortune, getting into the Bruins' hands, draws a foul. Nice play.
It looks like it was not a shooting foul, and they threw it out on the baseline. McNeely bringing it up court for the Deacons. And a travel is called on McNeely as she falls to the ground. The Bruins will take over the ball, passing it in from the sidelines.
Get your mops out. Everyone's slipping and falling.
Number 23, Hasselton, bringing it up for the Bruins. Passes it to Nelson. Down to Malo. Is blocked by Shrema. Jordahl shoots. It does not go in. Shrema gets the rebound. She starts to bring it up court for the Deacons.
What a pass.
Passes it to Hakim down below, and it goes in. Plays like that are what set teams apart. They're able to look for their teammates, find the open one, and it will just work to your advantage eventually and will set you apart in the game, bringing you ahead. Jordahl to Hasselton, to Wagner, and she shoots. It does not go in, and it goes out. The Deacons will get the ball.
Again,
Shorma passing it in.
They're going to allow Wagner to take those shots coming off those quick screens like that if it only suits the best interests of the time, but they don't want to let those open shots fly like you just saw there.
McNeely passes it to Shorma. Passes it to Shrema, who shoots. It does not go in. Wagner bringing it down court. Passes it into Malo, and her shot goes in. Malo has been on fire the last few plays, and she doesn't seem to be able to be stopped. McNeely passes it to Shorma. Looking for options, passes it to Mevold. Passes it to McNeely. Back to Hakim. Looking for options, passes it to Shorma. Passes it to McNeely, who drives and goes for the layup. It does not go in.
Adjusting mid-air, that's an impressive way to get to the basket.
Hasselton went for a big drive there. Does not go in. Shoots again. Shrema with the rebound. McNeely going to bring it up for court. Hasselton was called for a foul there. The Deacons will get the ball. In for the Deacons are Hannah Hodel and Shayna Roach, number 24 and 2. Hodel bringing it up for the Deacons now.
They're going to be playing Hakim as almost the center for this. They don't want, as it stolen by the Bruins, they don't want another foul drawn by Shrema, who's already in foul trouble.
Hasselton with the ball. She's looking for options on the court. Passes it to Nelson, who gives it to Caravu. Back to Hasselton. Who's looking, passes it to Wagner. Wagner shoots. The ball does not go in. And the ball goes out of bounds. The Deacons will get it. Number 42, Nora Becker, is in for the Bruins now. We haven't seen her yet all game, so it'll be interesting to see what she brings to it. Hodel bringing it up for the Deacons. Looking for options.
Trying not to get cornered by Caribou.
Mevold passes it back to Hodel, and now Shrema has the ball down to Hakim, who gets the basket. Those two are almost linked. They can find any opening and make a play happen no matter what.
It's also an excellent led ball by Shrema, getting it to the outside rather than putting it on the innermost part of the lane. And it's another turnover.
Shrema gives it to Hodel to bring up court.
Steals left and right.
Mevold with the ball. She throws it over to Hakim, who gives it to Roach, who shoots down low. It does not go in. She will go to the line for 2 shots. Nora Becker was called for the foul. The first shot does go in. Shayna Roach, not many points, but definitely a strong player on the Deacons.
She's been playing a very good role game today, especially on defense.
And on offense, she has been such a phenomenal playmaker. Getting the ball to the people who need it needs to get to. Her second shot also goes in. Hostleton bringing it up for the Bruins. Gives it to Nelson. Gives it to Malo. And Nelson takes a shot down low. She gets it in.
It's an impressive jumper in the lane, turning her body a full 360 to put it up and in off the glass.
Hodel looking for options. Mevold tries to drive. Stockmo throws it back into Hodel, who shoots outside the 3. It does not go in. Hakim with the rebound, and her shot does go in.
And it all starts with Stockmo's hustle, getting that ball back into play for the Deacons.
Definitely. Really, it's just a team's game at this point. Teamwork everywhere, and it will pay off. Wagner passes it to Malo, who gives it to Hostleton. Steal by Hannah Hodel.
And we have an injury on the play by the looks of things.
30-second timeout is called. Nora Becker will be checking in again for the Bruins. It seems that the Bruins are coming out of their huddle a little earlier than the Deacons, and the Deacons will get the ball right away.
Only 32 seconds of play. This game's pretty much in the bag at this point.
Dew bringing it up for the Deacons, looking for her options. Passes it to number 4. Nora Roney. Stockmo down low, goes for a shot, it does not go in, tries to get it up again. Roney goes in, a jump ball is called, and the ball will go to the Deacons. It'll be thrown in from below the basket. Dew throwing it in for the Deacons. She gives it to Hakim, passes it to Roney, looking for options, gives it to Dew, who shoots wide outside, does not go in. Wagner bringing it up for the Bruins. Looks, does not go in, and that is game. The final score of this game was 70 Deacons to 47 for the Bruins. Really, the second half, the Deacons, they just kept going, and really, they had this in the bag all along, and they knew that they did. They just kept going and going, and didn't let anyone stop them.
Yeah, a very dominant performance by this Shanley team that has come off 2 very sad losses on the road. But for this home opener, they showed why this 2-0 Bruins team may not be the most formidable team in the conference, blowing them out 23 points, 70-47, as mentioned earlier.
And looking at the stats, Addie Wagner, number 3 on the Bruins, she had a total of 20 points this entire game. That is nearly half of the Bruins' total points throughout both halves, which is just over Celie Stockmo, who jumped up to 16 points throughout that second half, really just becoming a prominent player during it. The Bruins, I don't think they could get a handle on the ball sometimes, especially when they're on offense, and they definitely showed a tough defense, but the Deacons, they just hopped on top every time, and it really just came down to the technicality and fundamentals in the end, and the Deacons ultimately came out on top.
It was the turnover game that sealed their fate.
It definitely was. And it was definitely an interesting game. From Jacob Mayo and our entire crew, I am Autumn Cutterba. The final score from the Fargo Shanley Deacons was 70 and the Fargo South Bruins 47. To watch the archive version of this entire game and our other broadcasts, go to shanleytv.com. This proceeding has been a presentation of Shanley TV. Thank you, and everyone have a good night.
McCormick Gymnasium in Fargo, North Dakota. Can you hear me? Good evening. I'm Seely Stockmo alongside Mesiku Hakim as we get set for North Dakota high school basketball action as the Shanley Deacons prepare to take on the Fargo South Bruins. Basketball on Shanley TV is presented by the Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon athletics to a higher level. We have an exciting game for you tonight. Stay tuned and we will return shortly, right after this message from our Deacon partners.
This broadcast is presented by American Family Insurance, Ken Craft Agency, Bell Bank, Beyond Boundaries Therapy Services, Busick, Olson and Associates, the Fargo Jet Center, First International Bank and Trust, Forum Communications, Fusion Electric, Luther Family Buick GMC, Moore Engineering, Network Center, Off the Wall Advertising, OnSharp, Sanding Law, Sanford Health, and Shields.
As we get set for some basketball tonight, I think some players that we're definitely going to have to look out for the Shanley Deacons is going to be number 20, Jack Pollard. This last game against Davies, he had a lot of threes. He's really lethal on the outside. And then we have Tyler Kraft, a senior, number 25. He has a great job driving to the basket, looking for his teammates. That's definitely going to be someone to look out for.
For the Fargo South Bruins, we've got very young guy, sophomore James Hamilton. His drive is really lethal to the basket, and he finishes quite often and well.
So, Mesiku, what do you think we're going to have to look for tonight? What are both teams going to have to capitalize on?
I think the Deacons are really going to have to up their defense. It wasn't too hot during Davies. They've got some shooters here on the Bruins, and I think that the Bruins are going to have to be ready for shots all around. We got a young and versatile team with the Deacons.
I think if the Deacons can really use their size and they can really play as a team, the Bruins are going to have a tough game tonight, but the Deacons cannot take this lightly. Any team can come back at any point.
Yep.
Let's play some basketball.
I don't know about you, Mesiku, but I'm excited.
So am I.
At the tip-off, we have Connor Kraft for the Deacons. And then for the Bruins, we have number 11, Dean Grant. Deacons win the tip-up. Jagger has the ball. Steal by the Bruins, tip pass down the court. Number 32 has the ball. Looks like we got a moving screen on the Bruins. It'll be Deacons' ball. Bird taking it out. Kraft takes it up the court. We have Connor Kraft inside, and number 32, Diamond McGill, is guarding him. Drive by Jagger. Hakim to the basket with the pass to Bird, but it goes out of bounds. It'll be Bruins' ball. Number 10, Colby Jones, the senior, is taking up the ball. Screen at 22. Up and in, left side. Looks like Jagger wanted the foul there. Kraft has the ball with the shot. And it looks like he's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot too.
Foul number 12, William That's his first second team foul. Tyler to the line.
Kraft makes the first. And the second. Bruins bring up the ball. Looks like he lost his dribble there. Number 10 back out for the three. Off the side of the backboard. Kraft takes it up the court. Inside to Connor Kraft, pass out. Looks like we got on the floor. Hakim drove and got fouled.
Foul number 11, Dean Grant. First personal, third team foul.
Pass is intercepted by the Bruins. Looks like it went out of bounds and it'll be Deacons' ball. Zach Pollard's in for the Deacons as Bird subs out. Over the top to Jagger. To Pollard for the shot. Splash! Number 10 drives up the court for the Bruins. Drive. And it's back up by the Bruins again. They cannot finish though. Some great offensive rebounds by the Bruins, Mexico.
I agree. I think the Deacons really need to find a body and box out. That was one too many putbacks.
For sure. Kraft takes it up the court after that. To the left side. Screen by Hakim. Out to Pollard. Kraft has the ball up top. Fumbles with it. Deep three.
With the
putback by Connor Kraft. Great putback by Kraft. Great touch. Bruins ball. All right, so looks like it's back for the Bruins. Number 12, William Lacker, will take it out. In, and it looks like a travel. Great defense by the Deacons. Jagger's gonna take it out into Kraft. Double up top. Kraft slips the screen. Cross pass to Jagger. Drive to Hakim. And he loses the ball on the dribble. It'll be Bruins ball. Great look for the Deacons.
I think so. I think that the Deacons have the size here, but I feel like they need to start using that to their advantage. They only have Kraft in at the moment, and I think that they have some really strong, big players that they could be using right now.
For sure. I think that's going to be lethal. Looks like number 12 to the outside. Rejected, and it'll be Shanley ball coming down. Stolen by number 12. And laid in. Oh, but it doesn't go in. It's taken by Jagger. Just barely rimmed out. Looks like a foul on the Bruins. It'll stay Deacons ball. In we have number 0, Chrisman, Anthony Warner for the Deacons. Kraft has the ball. Looks like some confusion on the offense for the Deacons.
Yeah, we have an obvious mismatch on Kraft 23. Oh, it seems to be a switch.
You can see Warner fighting down there. Huge size advantage.
Very large mismatch that they
Connor
haven't
takes
seen.
the 3. Connor Kraft has the 3 for the Deacons. 32 is going to take the ball up the court. That's Diamond McGill. Screen by James Hamilton. And Pollard is down. Taken by Kraft. Back to Kraft. Looks like it's going to be an offensive foul on Anthony Warner down low. What do you think about that, Ms. Koo?
I think that there's a very obvious mismatch here that they need to see. He's working hard down there, but it's not going in favor for him.
I think they just got to use him while he has the position. I think they got to see it sooner. Diamond McGill is going to take the ball up the court. 25, Cole Kegbe with the screen. And McGill with the lefty, it's in. And they are hype. Kraft is going to take the ball up the court. Hopefully Shanley can get a bucket off of this. Connor Kraft up high. Warner still working down low. Crispin looks. Looks like it's going to be a hold on number 11, Dean Grant. That cannot happen. You've got to stay straight up on a big man like Anthony Warner.
Foul on number 11, Dean Grant. That's his second, 15 foul.
Looks like James Hamilton is going to sub back in. Chrisman inbounding the ball. Gets it to Kraft on the outside. Chrisman up top. Anthony's still working down low. But they just can't get it to him. And down the court. But the putback. James Hamilton has the putback after the miss by number 25, Cole Kegbe. You just cannot miss those. You got to make those right away. Looks like we got a foul here.
Foul for the Bruins, number 25, Cole Kegbe, his first 16 foul. Checking in for the Bruins.
Number 13 comes in for the Bruins, Gage Zimmerman. Connor goes to the basket with the cut. Into Anthony Warner. But he falls back and just in short with the bucket. McGill down the court. Up to number 25. Down to McGill again. Who drives, trying to get something happening. Lay-in. And barely misses it. Rebound to Chrisman. Up to Pollard. And it is denied. The backboard was touched. Back out to Kraft. Who almost gets the 3, but the rebound goes to number 25, Cole Kegbe, down the court. To number 13, Gage Zimmerman, back up to McGill. Kegbe with the ball. Hamilton looking for the pass. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Lay-in, hard off the backboard. Kraft with the ball, but it is... Looks like there's a little confusion on the shot clock as the possession changed twice. Looks like McGill is getting subbed out. Number 3, Evan Booth is in. And number 10, Colby Jones is also in. Number 3 is back out. Looks like there's still a little bit of confusion, but the Bruins are going to take the ball on the sideline. Into 25. Number 12, Million Lacker has the ball to Hamilton, drives. 10 out. Number 13 with the shot, and it's way short. Connor Kraft comes out with the rebound, back to his brother. Pollard grabs. Anthony Warner still working down low. Out to Chrisman with the shot. And it rims out, but rebound by Anthony Warner and in with the putback. Point Deacons. Number 10, Colby Jones has the ball. Screen. To Hamilton, who drives. But it is rejected by Anthony Warner. Back to Tyler Kraft.
I think the Bruins have the hustle and determination that the Deacons need right about now. The Deacons' defense is looking good, but their offense needs to be fixed. They're not getting good looks, and they're starting to throw things up.
For sure, and I can see Anthony Warner still looking down there. I think if the Deacons can have some more shots fall, and the Bruins can just make some more stuff happen on defense, this is going to be a good game.
Yep.
Connor Kraft is fouled. 2 shots coming up for Connor Kraft. He makes the first. 12-6, still a very close game.
Back in for the Bruins.
Number 12, William Lacker, and number 11, Dean Grant. In for the Bruins. Connor Kraft will shoot his second. And it rims out. Rebound for the Bruins. Jones takes it up the court. He's going back. Good D by Kraft. Kraft gets the steal, but looks like there was a timeout before the ball was stolen. It'll stay Bruins ball, and it'll be a Bruins timeout. This has been a little bit of a chaotic game, Esaku. What do you think?
I think that both teams are pretty small, pretty new starting things out, and they haven't exactly figured out their offense or their defense yet, but I think that once that progresses during the game, it'll start to be a really good game.
For sure. I think you can tell that this is still the beginning of the season for both teams, and they just got to keep fighting.
True. I think that the Deacons really need to focus on their offense right about now. Their defense is looking good, but on offense, they need to slow down and look into Warner. He's working hard down there. Their looks are a little too late and getting picked off.
For sure. I think it's been a pretty clean game so far. Stay scrappy, but no fouls.
Yep.
Fouls are going to hurt both teams. As I look up now, actually, it looks like the Bruins have 7 fouls. It'll be bonus. Bruins are in a stack to get the ball in. Number 10, Colby Jones with the ball. Back to Jones. And it'll be a foul at the high post. It'll be Chrisman's first foul. Looks like a little more confusion. It'll end up being Bruin ball. They'll take it on the baseline. Over the pass to Jones. Shot, and it is in by number 12, William Lacker. Great shot by Lacker. Chrisman has the ball up top, getting into the offense. Pollard's running the baseline. Some more confusion, but Connor Kraft takes the shot, and it is off the glass. Hamilton will take the ball up, back to Lacker, who drives, loses the ball. It'll be on the floor, jump ball. Great hustle by both teams.
We see that the Deacons have switched from a man to a 2-3 zone. We wonder how that is going to work out for them.
The ball's in Hamilton, who lays it in, but it just rims out. Crispin streaking up the court. Pollard has it. And it's in by Crispin. Great finish. Jones takes it up through defenders, but it's a foul on Pollard. Looks like he stuck his hip out. And Jones still on the, oh. Does a push-up and gets right back up. Not a better way, is there, Messiku?
No, there's not.
Looks like Bird will come in for Pollard. Still a really close game with 8 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first half. McGill with the ball up top, guarded closely by Tyler Kraft. Into Grant. Over to number 3, Evan Booth. We haven't seen much of him yet this half. Booth takes the shot. Just barely rims out, but rebound to Grant. McGill. Into Hamilton with the and one. Great finish. What happened there, Messiku?
I think that the Bruins have really, they're figuring out their offense a little more this half. They've got really good ball movement at the moment, and the Deacons' 2-3 is not really up to par. I think that they were really striving when they were playing their man.
Sure, I think right now it's a very evenly matched game. Hamilton will take the shot here. And it's in. Hakim has subbed in for the Deacons for Anthony Warner. Tyler Kraft takes it up the floor. Guarded by Grant. Crispin with the ball. To Hakim, but it was tipped by the Bruins. It'll stay Deacons' ball. Connor Kraft, who drives, and he is fouled. He'll shoot 2. Great drive by Kraft. I think if both teams can just go to the basket, they have a great shot here. Kraft makes his first. And for the Bruins, number 25, Cole Kegba is in. And Connor Kraft will shoot his second. Just barely rims out. Rebound by Kegba. McGill will take the ball up. Attempted screen. Handles by McGill. Great cut by number 12. Who drives with the jumper, and it rims out to Hakim. Timeout, Deacons. I think that was a good timeout for the Deacons. I think they got to settle down. They have to play their game. Both teams just have to calm down and set up their offense. What do you think, Messiku?
I think that the Deacons are really rushing right now, and if they slow down and really see what they've got going on, they'll see a lot of good open looks.
Don't forget that you connect with Shanley TV on social media. Get the latest updates about Shanley sports teams, plus reminders about upcoming broadcasts. Like our Facebook page today at facebook.com/ShanleyTV, or follow us on Twitter at ShanleyTV. Here in McCormick Gymnasium, the score is 15 Deacons and 12 Bruins. It's been a close game. It's been a scrappy game. I think it's been fairly clean. What do you think, Messiku?
I think both teams are hustling right now and they're trying to figure things out. And as they're getting closer, we're really seeing who these teams are and what they can really become later in the season.
For sure, and we can see in the lineup too that the Bruins are very young. Only a couple seniors on the roster. So I think that they have a lot to come in these years and the next. And the Deacons just got to keep capitalizing on the talent that they have.
Yep.
Chrisman's going to take it out in right away to Kraft. Deacons are all business right now, trying to get something going. Shot by Bird, rims out, but it looks like, I don't know if I've seen that foul called very often. Have you, Miss Koo?
No, I haven't.
Looks like some sort of over-the-back call on Connor Kraft on that rebound. And it's going to be Bruins ball. I got to say, the reffing has been a little interesting this game.
I think it's been a pretty clean game. I think there's been some questionable calls, but we're playing through it. The Deacons are back in their man.
I think switching defense is going to really confuse this Bruins here. I think it's a good move. Great drive, and it'll be a bucket for the Bruins. McGill has some handles.
He does. He gets himself into the lane, and he finishes. And I think that the Deacons need to learn how to defend.
Great drive by Bird. Great speed. Bucket for the Deacons. McGill takes the ball up. Booth with the ball up to Grant. Again, McGill driving to the basket.
He seems to be stuck.
Great hustle play by Hakim. And it'll end up being a jump ball. Jagger's gonna come in for Chrisman. And in for the Bruins is James Hamilton. The Deacons are gonna get set in their offense. Into Hakim. Into Kraft. Out to Tyler Kraft. Shot is off the back of the rim. Hard pass to Hakim, who just can't handle it. It'll be Bruins ball. McGill is going to take the ball up the court for the Bruins as they try to get something going. Switch. Number 12, William Lacker had the ball there. And a great drive by McGill. Hakim with the foul. McGill will shoot too. I think both teams just have to be a little smarter on their defense.
Yep, I think they really need to be smarter on their defense and on their offense. They need to slow down and look for each other more.
For sure, I think both teams are still learning how to play with each other. Great rebound by number 25, Cole Kegbeck. That was a great rebound on Connor. Looks like it'll be bonus. That'll be bonus. Kegbe is gonna shoot for the bonus. Bricks it out, but looks like there will be a lane violation. Hakim's gonna come in for Connor Kraft. He'll be shooting two. He got fouled in the shot. Banks it in. Don't see that very often.
No, we do not.
Tyler Kraft will take it up the floor. Hakim drives. On the dribble, he is fouled on the floor. Now he will shoot bonus. 1-1 for Hakim. And he is quite short with that shot. Over to James Hamilton, driving to the middle. Rejected by Pollard, gets the steal. Tyler Kraft will take it up the court. To Pollard, who drives. And a charge. Kegbeck takes a good charge there. It'll be Bruins ball. I think that was a strong drive by Pollard, just a little more control. Look for your teammates.
I think Pollard coming off the bench has been a force for Shanley's offense. He's been driving in, he's been taking his shots, but I think slowing down and looking for others is what we really need right now.
Looks like Booth had the ball there. To McGill. Number 13 with the ball. McGill drives up, rejected by the rim, but a putback by James Hamilton will give the Bruins 2 points. And the Bruins have their first lead of the night, 18-17. Hakim comes up top for the ball. Great cut by Tyler Kraft. And he's rejected. Bird is rejected. Up to who tries to pass it, but it is off of Shanley. Trying to pass it to his teammate. The Bruins will take it. Chrisman will go in for Bird. To Booth, trying to contain. Great defense by Chrisman. Booth with the high arc shot. Splash deep baseline 3. Great shot for Booth. I think if these young kids can get started on this Bruins team, it's going to be a long night. Chrisman with the ball to Jagger. Drive to Hakim. Who in, but it just rims out on the layup. Some speed down the court. McGill with the jumper. Denied by Pollard. Hakim gets it. To Hakim again, who drives. And it's taken away by Lacker. Deacons ball out of bounds to Jagger. Pump fake, driving.
I think the Deacons are moving really fast on their offense right now, and it's okay to slow down and not look for the pass and the shoot, but pass the ball around a little bit.
For sure, I think they're playing a little bit more like individual players than one team right now. Lefty goes in by Jagger. And McGill will come back in. That one goes in for Jagger. McGill with the ball out to Hamilton for the 3. But it looks like there'll be a charge and it'll be Deacons ball. And it'll be bonus. We got 2 shots here coming for Jagger. Makes the first. Free throws are very important. Jagger has made all of his tonight. Just rims out. Pollard with the rebound to Jagger. Tyler Kraft with a three. And it's in.
I think that the Deacons, we need to see more of that from them. That was good ball movement, and they got a nice, easy shot off of it. They're really good shooters, and I think that moving the ball around more will give them a lot of open looks.
For sure, and through the air, too, they're passing. When they make some more passes, things convert. They convert. Steal by Jagger, takes it down the court. Who tries to shoot it. Great hustle by both teams. It'll stay Deacons ball. Booth comes in for McGill. Pollard with the post up. Out, Tyler with the shot. And it's just barely off the rim, but Hakim with the putback. Hakim needs to get started right now for the Deacons to get back in this. 25-21 Deacons.
Again, by the Deacons, we see that good ball movement, getting open shots. They're starting to find bodies and really get those rebounds. At the beginning of the game, we weren't seeing a lot of that.
For sure. Looks like the Deacons did not see Hamilton down low, and he converts on that bucket.
Hamilton's cuts have been very lethal to the Deacons. He's been getting to the basket and putting them in.
He's staying right where they don't see him. Another post up, and Pollard will have it.
I think that for the Deacons, Hakim starting to see Pollard inside working hard is really helping the team. They've gotten their last few couple points off of that.
Using those mismatches is huge. It'll be a foul on the drive by number 12, William Lacker. And he will shoot bonus. Number 24, Jackson Paul is in for the Deacons. And McGill will sub back in for number 13, Gage Zimmerson. Great rebound by Hakim, back to Tyler Kraft. Just over. Jackson Paul with the putback. Great putback by Paul. Drive. Out on the shooter. Just barely rims out. Jagger with the rebound. Easy bucket to Hakim. That ball movement again.
The ball movement's really coming through right here at the end of the first half. The Deacons are starting to see each other, and they're really pushing the floor.
Quick passing is just breaking this Bruins defense apart. Great pass, but back again. Loose ball. Number 10 shoots. Splash. Kobe Jones with the three. 15 seconds left. Deacons ball.
Let's see if they make something happen here.
Back to Tyler, who shoots. And another three. Back-to-back threes here for both teams. A shot. Well short of the basket. I think that was a great half, Mesaku. What are you thinking?
I think it started off a little slow, but towards the second half, the team started to really see each other, and they started to play their game. And I think that the second half is going to be very, very interesting to watch.
For sure. It's still a relatively close game from what I was expecting. 34-26.
Who's hungry?
Here we have some stats. James Hamilton has 12 points. The high score for the Bruins right now. I think he finds the open spot, and they are seeing him. They're using him.
His cuts are really getting him points for the team, and the Deacons haven't been able to stop him so far.
For the Deacons, however, we have very close. It looks like almost everyone has made a basket. Our high scorer here is Tyler Kraft with 8 points. I think he had two threes here we have, some free throws maybe. I think overall it's been a very evenly matched game, and it's a game you want to see. You want to see the hustle, the scrappiness. That's what you want to see.
I think that both teams came out. They started a little slow, but they came out and they're ready to show out.
So yeah, overall, I think what I'm seeing is the change of defense for Shanley really screwed with the Bruins' heads, and I think that they got to keep doing that, and they have to stay together. They have to play as a team because you saw some confusion and some reffing confusion. You can't let that phase you, right?
Right.
Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathleticclub.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button, or become a member if you're not one already. It's easy to become a member and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon athletics to a higher level. 7.5 minutes left at halftime, and we'll be right back with some more boys basketball.
This broadcast is presented by American Family Insurance, Ken Craft Agency, Bell Bank, Beyond Boundaries Therapy Services, Busick, Olson and Associates, the Fargo Jet Center, First International Bank and Trust, Forum Communications, Fusion Electric, Luther Family Buick GMC, Moore Engineering, Network Center, Off the Wall Advertising, OnSharp, Sanding Law, Sanford Health, and Shields.
As we get ready for the second half of basketball between the Bruins and the Deacons, don't forget that you can connect with Shanley TV on social media. Get the latest updates about Shanley sports teams, plus reminders about upcoming broadcasts. Like our Facebook page today at facebook.com/ShanleyTV or follow us on Twitter at ShanleyTV. Bruins are going to start with the ball. Jones takes it up the court. Back to Jones with the deep three. Quite a bit short there. Ooh. And it's stolen by Jones to Hamilton, but it's denied, but it will be a foul on the Deacons, and he will go and shoot two. That's a hard foul. That could have gone either way, in my opinion.
Sure, I think that's Kraft's third, possibly. I think that the calls have not been in his favor recently, and he needs to be a little bit more careful.
Especially this early in the second half. Hamilton's first free throw rims out. He'll shoot his second. Great rebound by Kraft to his brother Tyler Kraft. Deep three.
And it's in.
Great shot by Kraft. He is hot right now.
I think that's a really good way to start the second half for the Deacons, and it's got them really pumped up. And I think that their defense, they've gone back to their man.
For sure, but stay smart. Up to Kraft, who shoots again, and is fouled. He will shoot three. That foul was on number 12, Locker. Kraft will shoot the first of three. Off the back of the rim. Gotta make your free throws. Off the back of the rim again.
I think that free throws are a very important part of the game, and getting fouled on a three and not making two right off the bat, quite questionable.
That's a tough pill to swallow.
Third
But he does
in.
make the third. Jones is going to take it up the court. Hamilton close by his side. Back to McGill. Off his own teammate's heel. Recovered by Grant. McGill cross. Up. But is rejected by the rim. Looks like after some hands have touched the ball as it went out of bounds, it'll stay to the Deacons. Shout out to Mrs. Miller for watching this broadcast. We appreciate you. Looks like we have Paul trying to get position down low. Jagger drives in to Hakim, who drives but loses the handle. Great hustle by Paul, going for the ball to be a jump.
I think that Hakim had the open lane there. He just needs to really grab a hold of the ball. That's been happening a lot this game.
For sure, I think stick with it. Strong. When you're tall like that, those guards are going to be all over you. You got to take advantage. To Hakim again. Out to Bird, it's tipped. Shock violation. And Locker with the left-handed. The left side layup. Tyler Kraft is going to take it up the floor.
Got a
Double screen up top.
With the shot by Kraft, and it's good. Tyler Kraft is a really strong shooter outside the three.
How many is that today? 4 or 5?
I think so. He's a really strong shooter outside the three, and he's really taking advantage of that at the beginning of the second half.
Hamilton passes a baseline to Locker. High pass to Jones, shoots. Hard miss. And Hamilton is fouled and gets the and one. I think a little messy defense, and it's getting noticed.
I think their defense has been working for them so far, but they've really been over-rotating and leaving those shooters open for there. And they really need to find a body on Hamilton. He's been really good at getting the rebounds and getting those putbacks back up.
For sure, you cannot let them get these offensive rebounds. It's just unacceptable. He does make his free throw. Jagger will shoot. And it's in! Great shot. McGill with the ball up top to Hamilton, who drives. Good D by Hakim. Great shot. And that will be a foul on number 11 over the back. Great rebound by Warner. Looks like Dean Grant is a little upset over that. He will go out. Number 3, Booth, and number 25, Kegbeck is going to go in. Pollard is also in for the Deacons. The Deacons are going to try and get an offense set up.
You've got Warner open in the paint. He puts it down, but he recovers.
Just a little more touch and he would have had that. It was a great look by the Deacons.
He was wide open down low, and Kraft saw that. I think he needs to work on not putting it down for the guards to come and grab.
To Pollard. Almost
With a
too high.
snag.
That was a great catch by Jagger. Shot, and another one for Tyler Kraft. He is on fire.
I think that the Deacons really came today at the second half shooting, ready to shoot, and it's really starting to pay off.
They want it, and they are fighting for it. It will be a foul on Bird, though. Looks like some hands on the hip.
That's his second, third team foul.
It'll be over the top. McGill gets the ball back. It looks like it was tipped. He lets it go and they'll have the ball. For the first time tonight, we're seeing number 3, Chayton Saka Porter, senior. Great to see him on the floor.
Yes, he was out last year with a torn ACL, I believe, but we're ready to see what he can do.
Looks like the Deacons are back in a man defense. Shot clock violation by the Bruins. It'll be Deacons' ball. Great defense there by the Deacons.
I think their man is really starting to come together for them. They're getting stops and they're stopping the drives, which is what was really hurting them in the first half.
Looks like it'll be a double, but they slid the screen and Warner cannot handle that pass. Great look though. Up top to Kegbe. Locker drives. Looks like some tipping there. Anthony tries to get it away, but he does in fact get it. And it looks like right before the shot, the Deacons, in fact, did take a timeout.
I think that was a really good pass by Jagger there to Pollard, who
And
made the finish.
A great little behind the back, little
Reverse thing
there. And even the Bruins, you saw someone trying to come and block it, hitting the backboard. Just great athletic ability we're seeing here tonight. The lead is a little more spread out.
I think that the Deacons came the second half ready to play. Their shooting is a lot better than it was in the first half, and their defense is really starting to work out for them. And I think that they've slowed their offense down a little bit, where they're seeing a little bit better looks.
For sure, I think that we're seeing the Deacons, some of those senior leaders are taking charge, and everyone else is following along. That's a huge deal. It'll be Deacons' ball. Jagger's going to take it out. Bruins got to get up on Kraft. He's had a couple threes today. Jumper off the iron. Locker's gonna take the three. Well short. Up to Pollard.
Pollard, and it's
And
not
trying
in.
to reverse, but goes for the shot. His own rebound. But misses again. Oh. And it looks, that was an interesting stage of events there.
Very interesting.
It looks like he will end up making the shot, and it'll be an and one.
The foul was on 3, Salka Porter, with a very obvious push on Jagger down low, but was not called.
Got to push through.
A very nice rebound from Warner.
Number 22, Hamilton. Sure was an interesting free throw shot, Mescu.
Very interesting.
He'll whip it to Jagger.
Right
to
into
Warner down low.
He's getting doubled, and it goes.
And he does, in fact, get fouled. You got to double him, and they're seeing that. But also, Warner needs to see if he's getting doubled, someone's open.
Someone's open. He can
And
look
we
up
have
for
hot
the cookout.
shooters.
Yep.
Warner will shoot his first. And it's a little short. Number 44. Prince Omar Ali Ahmed is in. He will get the rebound, but will fall to the floor. It's a travel. Great hustle. Anthony, Warner, it'll go out to Pollard.
And it's off.
It's well off to the side. Pollard's had a little stretch here with some misses.
I think they're getting a little flustered, but I think that on their way back to their defense, they'll hopefully slow it down and start getting better looks.
Out to Lacker, drives Pollard. Booth with the ball. Locker almost takes a shot, but it's taken. And looks like some hustle down there. Loose ball, it'll be jump ball. And it'll end up being Bruins. Number 13, Zimmerman, is gonna come in.
I think in their man that Kraft has been playing really good defense on McGill. He's been staying with him. McGill's a little smaller than Kraft is, and he's fast.
Looks like they're wiping up the floor a little bit. Some hard work sweat on there. And the Bruins are gonna take the ball. Out of bounds. Trying to make something happen.
They got 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
It's got to be a quick shot.
Got to go up soon.
But it is denied still by Anthony Warner. The crowd is getting into it. Tyler Kraft's going to take the ball up for the Deacons. Anthony Warner wide open. He waits for the defense.
He gets his
and
rebound.
goes up again, and he's got it.
I think that was a very good look into Warner, and we should start doing that a lot more in the game. He's wide open down there. He
Way
waited
to
for the
stick with it,
defense.
too.
Yes. Look at that defense by Warner there. The shot is
Ahmed
good.
has the bucket. To Kraft, who takes the shot, a little short. Rebound to the Deacons, though. Some speed, and he is fouled. Connor Kraft's gonna shoot too.
I think that was a really good reversal by Kraft and a good drive by Kraft.
Kraft makes his first. He'll shoot his second. Off by quite a bit. Hamilton with the rebound. Back to Hamilton. Great airtime with the left-handed.
Hamilton has been bodying in the paint tonight. I think that the Deacons need to figure out how to stop him.
For sure, he drives. It's hard to stop him.
Kraft with a shot.
Another
It's
shot.
off.
His first miss in a while.
Saka Porter gets the rebound back
Kraft
to
is going to
Kraft.
shoot. Great elbow jumper by Kraft. Money.
I think that this half that the Deacons have gotten a lot better at getting those rebounds and finding a body and getting those putbacks. It's proven to get them more points.
For sure. I also think the Bruins, though, have been great at driving to the basket. The
Yes.
Deacons are having a hard time finding an answer for that. Great movement by the Bruins. Spin move, and it's quite a bit off. Denied by Pollard from Hamilton. Connor Kraft is out. He'll drive. And McGill will have the foul. Looks like Chrisman and Jagger are going to come in for the Deacons, and we also have number 33, Reese Kessel, coming in for the first time. We haven't seen him today, Mescu.
We have not. He's coming in at 6'4". Let's see what he can do. Kraft with the shot. It's short.
Great
Jagger with
steal
the
by
kickoff.
Jagger. And it's going to be a foul by number 13, Gage Zimmerman. Great anticipation there. I love to see it.
I think that he sees the court very well, and he's been seeing his teammates all night.
Hakim's going to come in. He's been out for a little while. Warner's going to go out. Tyler Kraft with the ball to his brother.
Shoots it out to the corner.
Out to Jagger. Great rebound by Kessel. McGill trying to make something happen. But it will be a foul. Little too much of a swat by Hakim.
I think that the Deacons really need to find Hamilton down low. He's been getting those putbacks, and it's hurting them a lot.
I think the Deacons just got to play for each other, got to stay calm. You can see some emotions. Stay calm. Hamilton misses his free throw. It'll be to Hakim down here.
Into Kraft. Passes out to Crispin.
Drive, Kraft with the three. little bit short. McGill's going to take the ball up the court. It'll be timeout, Bruins. Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathleticClub.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button, or become a member if you are not one already. It's easy to become a member, and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon athletics to a higher level. I think overall, I'm happy with how both teams have come out this half. They both won it. This game is not over by any means. The Deacons do have a 12-point lead, but what do you think, Mesko?
I think after a slow start in the first half, the way that both teams came out in the second half is really refreshing to see.
Yeah, I think it's technical difficulties there, but we're back for some more basketball.
With the Bruin possession.
It'll be a foul by Chrisman there. Interesting call. And the Bruins will take it on the baseline.
Second call, 16 ball. Hamilton, Dean Brad back in for the Bruins.
Gill has it on top to Kessel with a shot, well short, gets his own rebound though. Loose ball, some hustle there. And it will end up being Deacons ball. The Deacons are gonna take the ball now. It'll be into Jagger. Back to Tyler Kraft. He'll take the shot.
It's a bit deep off the back of the rim. Hakim with the rebound. Out to Kraft.
Looks like they're going to try to get something set up here. I think this is a good time. You have a decent lead. Get something set up.
Really start moving the ball. Hakim drives with the leg.
And it's in. He needed that shot. He needed that shot. That's a big shot for the Deacons and for Hakim as a player.
The whole game he's been driving in, but he's either falling short or it's been stolen, and I think that's really refreshing to see for Deacon fans.
Converting on this free throw is going to be big too. Just barely rims out. Kessel with the rebound for the Bruins.
Got Hamilton taking it down the floor.
Some moves there. Back to Kessel, who cannot contain it. Who will it be off? It'll be off of Chrisman, and it'll stay Bruins ball. Looks like it'll go deep to McGill.
The Deacons are back in their 2-3.
Off the hands of Hamilton. Just a little out of his reach there on that pass.
Locker checking back in for the Bruins.
Locker is going to come back in for the Bruins, and so is number 10, Jones. Tyler Kraft's going to take it up the floor for the Deacons. Connor Kraft has it up top to Hakim.
Back to Jager.
Hesitant to shoot that.
He sees Hakim inside with a pass back into the corner. I think the Deacons have really improved on their offense. We're seeing a whole lot more ball movement.
They're passing a lot too. I like to see it. And just off the hands of Hakim, trying to get something to hit the rim there. It'll be a shot clock violation.
I think that was a good look, but it was a bit too late. I think once they hear the counting down, they need to start getting something moving, get a shot up.
For sure, just get the possession going. Hamilton's gonna drive in a little bit there. Locker with the contested shot, and he makes it.
That was a very, very contested shot.
The defense really couldn't have been any better there. Hakim with the post up.
Gets
He is
tripled.
quadrupled there almost. Oh, but a travel by Tyler Kraft. It'll be Bruins possession.
I think it's good to see that the Deacons are starting to look inside a lot more, something that we did not see in the first half a lot. Hamilton with the drive, and it's off.
Jagger gets the rebound up to Hakim. And he still goes for it. And it will be a foul on Locker. Looks like Hakim is going to go to the line to shoot too.
Kim's been to the line maybe twice this game.
He's got to start converting.
None have gone in. Let's hope these do. First is in.
Looks like McGill is going to come back in for the Bruins here. Hakim's going to shoot his second. And just barely rims out. Ooh, but he's back. A couple steps there, but Locker does get the basket.
Deacons were slow to hustle back on defense, and the Bruins really saw that, took advantage.
Looks like some double screen action to
roll.
Connor, but it is tipped away.
Ooh,
But back again by Jagger. Great hustle.
He finds
Hakim has the ball. Some moves from the big man. He drives in.
With the pass to Hakim, and it's a bit short. Kraft goes back up, it's tipped out.
Some great hustle here. The ball is on the floor. It'll be Bruins ball to Omar, but it's a loose ball again.
Lots of people on the floor. They're really playing scrappy right now. And it gets out with
Chrisman does get it though.
That was
very chaotic.
in the last 15 seconds.
Great hustle by both teams. Clean hustle in my opinion.
Very clean.
The Deacons are going to take a timeout here. If you've enjoyed watching our Shanley.com broadcasts, please consider making a donation to help us continue to bring you quality programming. We rely on donations to bring you every broadcast, and we need your help to continue to improve the quality of our productions and to add new features for you, the viewer, to enjoy. If you are interested in donating, please contact Joelle Shuey at 701-893-3225. Again, that's Joelle Shuey at 701-893-3225. Thank you for watching, and thanks for your support of Shanley TV. Messiku and I, we really love doing this, and we want to keep bringing basketball to you at home. So please consider donating and keep watching as we get set to watch the last 6 minutes of this game. The Deacons versus the Bruins.
Deacons are up by 10 right now with a very strong lead, but we don't see the Bruins backing down. I think these last 6 minutes are going to be intense and very fun to watch. Kraft has it in the corner with the shot.
A little bit short there. Rebound goes to Jones for the Bruins. Change of speed.
He goes baseline. It's no good, but
But
put
a putback by
Reese Kessel.
That was a great putback.
Reese came off the bench, and I think that he's been playing very good defense.
The Bruins are putting on a little bit of a press.
Jack Pollard with the shot in the corner.
Big shot by Pollard. He needed that shot. He's had a bit of an up and down game today. Back to McGill.
Goes baseline.
Tip by Jagger out to Locker. To Kegbe, who, but trying to get the block. Connor Kraft ends up taking another foul. Great athletic play. Just didn't go the right way for Connor Kraft.
I think that the Deacons man has proved to be significant for their success so far, but I think that they're over-rotating and they're leaving a lot of their shooters open.
Sure, I think if Kegba even saw a little bit more of the passing there, he was getting a little bit doubled. I think they just got to look for each other more. They're going to have open shots and they can convert. He does, however, miss both of his free throws. Up to Pollard. Slows it down up top to Tyler Kraft. Back to Pollard.
Back to Kraft.
Almost stolen. Some backlash there. Tyler Kraft looks a little bit. He got hit there a little bit. He's going to shoot the bonus. Booth is going to come in.
Kraft's shot is good.
He makes the first, and the Deacons are going to go inside, just in case he misses, to try and get the rebound.
Second shot is rebounded by Connor Kraft.
Tyler is going to shoot it.
And it is no
Quite a bit short.
good. I think that was a bit of a unnecessary shot. Could have waited for your offense to settle in a bit more and find a better one.
I think he really wants to get back into that little streak he had at the beginning, but you got to play smart, play for your team.
Yep.
Still a lot of time left, but in another sense, not a lot of time. Good shots. Little short there. Hakim will end up with the rebound. Touches a couple people there. Jagger's going to take it up the floor.
Jagger's trying to get an offense started here.
Trying to figure out what defense that they're playing.
Connor Kraft with the dunk. I think that was a very good look there.
Slammed down by Connor Kraft.
We've got the fans going rowdy. That was very good for Connor. I think he needed that. He's been a little frustrated with his fouls lately.
Stay humble, stay proud. Looks like it'll be a
Kraft gets the tech.
Technical foul.
For taunting.
Wow, for taunting.
Yes.
What did I say? You gotta stay humble.
Yes, I think it's very important to stay humble. But that was a very, very well done play by the Deacons there.
Great athletic play. Just for this to happen, that hurts.
It really does. Booth misses his first free throw. And the crowd is going wild.
Quite wild, I must say.
And he misses his second.
Wow. What a stage of events here in McCormick Gymnasium.
That was a bit anticlimactic, but I think that has really gotten the crowd and the gym full of energy.
For sure, I think everyone's awake. We're here, we're ready.
And I think these last couple of minutes are going to be really, really action-packed.
For sure.
You've got Kessel with the ball at the top.
Locker's going to try and drive. Great defense by Jagger. McGill's going to try and get something started.
With a steal by Jagger. He slows it down.
Great hands.
We see some ball movement from the Deacons here. Jack Pollard takes it in.
Looks like it'll be a foul. He'll shoot 2. I think this is the first time we've seen Pollard at the line. Let's see if he can convert. And he misses the first, a little bit short there. Looks like Kessel is subbed out for the Bruins. Pollard does make a second.
We've got Jones taking it down.
The Bruins are a little desperate here. They got to get some points on the board.
And a tip by Saka Porter. He takes it, and it's good.
Great layup by Saka Porter.
I think that right now we really see the Bruins starting to rush, and they're struggling a little.
As we see Hamilton get a basket there and some transition.
I think these last 2 minutes, we really need to find a body on Hamilton. He's been a threat to the Deacons this entire game.
I think this was a good timeout choice by the Bruins. You need time. It looks like they're down, doing some quick math here, 16. So, not impossible, but I think they got to make some things happen. They got to take good shots. They got to get rebounds.
And really slow down their offense. They're getting a bit frazzled at the moment.
Set those screens. They got to find a body. And on the Deacons, on the other hand, they got to play solid defense and take your time. You do not have to score right now.
You've got a good, healthy lead right now to just really play good, solid D these last couple of minutes.
For sure. Tyler Kraft is going to take the ball up the floor here.
To Hakim, down to Pollard, out to Jager.
Ooh, some cutters. Looks like Pollard goes down a little bit there. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Pollard with a cut and a shot. Bit off.
Booth comes up with the ball. Jones is going to take it up the court for the Bruins. Ooh. Some little steps there. Drive. Some bodies are flying around. They got to stay grounded.
Kraft finds Pollard inside. It's no good.
Little dangerous pass there to Jones. He's going to try and take it in, though.
And Hamilton with the
again,
putback, it's no good.
Another offensive rebound.
I think
Hakim does come up with it, though.
He needs to be stopped.
He's coming in there. He can fly. They've got to contain him. Deacons are trying to run out the clock here in a sense, trying to get something going. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Got to get something up.
Kraft finds Pollard.
You've got to shoot here.
Jones is
Bruins
taking
have
it
the
down.
ball. Great defense by Hakim there. Jones is going to try and get something going. Booth, a little short with that. Rebound goes to Jagger. Jagger's had a great game today, Mexico.
He really has. I think that he's really grounded his team at the end of the first half there. He started getting really good looks.
I've seen him improve in just these first few games. Looks like we have
some kind of call here.
It'll be an offensive foul. Looks like the Bruins are going to
Jack Pollard with an offensive foul.
I think some emotions are coming out here. You got to play for your team under control. You can't let those happen. It might not matter right now with this lead, but in close games, that can be a matter of winning or losing if he can convert on these.
The shot is no good with the rebound by Kraft. We've got 30 seconds on the clock here. The Bruins are trying to get a trap.
We can hear the Shanley student section starting to chant that I believe that we just won. Tyler doesn't get the shot. A little sad about that.
McGill with the deflect by Hakim.
Digger debates shooting that out there for a three-quarter shot, but it'll end the game here. I think it was a great game. End score, Deacons 64, Bruins 48. We have some stats here at the end. James Hamilton with 22 points. The next highest scorer on their team had 8 points, which was Locker. That is just a crazy deficit, Messiku.
I think that he was a real threat to the Deacons tonight. He was in the paint, he was getting those putbacks, and they just couldn't stop him.
The Kraft brothers, too, are our high scorers for the Deacons. Looks like Tyler had 19, Connor had 11. I think it was a very up-and-down game. Some crazy calls. Really, it had me going and jumping out of my seat a little bit there, Messiku.
There was a lot of aggression going on, and I think that both teams wanted it, but the Deacons came out the winners in the end.
For sure, I think both teams, they have a lot to improve on. It's early in the season. Keep your head up. I think both teams, they played hard tonight.
They really did.
For Messiku Hakim and our entire crew, I'm Steely Stockmo. The final score from Fargo, Shanley Deacons. Well, we already said the score. They took down the score. I can't remember. So to watch the archive version,
64-48.
Shanley 64, Bruins 48. To watch the archive version of this entire game and our other broadcasts, go to ShanleyTV.com. The proceeding has been a presentation of Shanley TV. Thank you for watching, and good night, America.
Good night, America.